Hey friends, I'm Sarah and I am back with another video about Brother's sublimation printer, the SP-1. In my last video, I unboxed this printer. I showed you guys how to set it up. It was a really easy setup, and then we did a test print. In this video, I want to focus on more of the features that come with the app that is meant to be used with this printer, which is called Artspira. I want to focus on Artspira. I want to focus more on printing techniques and printing from your computer as well. So let's get started. Okay, so as I mentioned, this printer is designed to be used with Brother's Artspira app. And the Artspira app is free to download. It only works on your phone or your tablet. So it is a mobile device app, and it works actually with a ton of Brother wireless machines. It works with their wirelessly enabled embroidery machines. It works with their wirelessly enabled cutting machines, so the scan and cut. It also works with the Print Moda, which is their fabric printer. So of course it works with the SP-1, the sublimation printer, and there's lots of free designs in there that you can use for sublimation projects, and lots of good stuff going on. It is a fast and easy way to print projects, so you can do it directly from your phone or your tablet to the computer. Now, most printers, we're accustomed to connecting them to our computers, and so you are able to do that with this printer as well. You can print directly from your computer, so I am going to test out setting up printing from my computer, as well as playing around with the Artspira app. So I have my phone mirrored here so we can look at it together. So this is Brother's Artspira app, and I'm updated to the latest version. To add your printer, you're going to go to the machine symbol in the top right corner, and it looks like a little embroidery machine and a scan and cut, and I'm kind of hovering over it right now so you can see it blinking. So once you select that, all of your machines that are registered to your account will pop up here. So you can see I have several embroidery machines registered to my Artspira account, as well as one scan and cut and this SP-1 sublimation printer. It's really easy to connect it. Again, I showed that in the unboxing video. So if you're looking for more of that information, then head over to the unboxing video. I did show how to set it up, connect it to the wireless, and connect it to your Artspira app. So at the top of the app here, we have some different project categories, and sublimation is one of those categories. So when you go in there, you get subcategories for different kinds of projects. The combination projects combine multiple different Brother machines, and you could see the little gray symbols underneath the project thumbnail that shows you what type of machines are used in this project. So for example, the unicorn one right there, the very first thumbnail, is using a printer, a creative printer, a embroidery machine, and a scan and cut. So there are different elements in there for the different machines. So there's a couple of different projects here. So for example, this, I wish they gave the projects cuter names, but this one with the goose and the motivational saying. You click on the project and it shows you again those different machine symbols. So we're using creative printing, embroidery, and scan and cut for this project. It gives you the project dimensions. And then if you press create, you're able to tap around on the screen and edit the different elements. When I go to done, that gives you a clearer view of which part of the project goes to which machine. So the tabs at the top, we have print, cut, embroider. So print is going to be on the sublimation paper. The cut, I guess, is the text, and that's going to be on the scan and cut. And then the embroider is the goose. Okay, so that's how those combination projects work. You would then send each individual portion of the project to their respective machines, and then you put them all together to create the final project. Okay, so back to the sublimation category. We also have fabric patterns in here. So this is kind of interesting to me. I guess if you're looking to make kind of a piece of fabric to use in a project, you can select one of these prints. Again, you're limited to 8.5 by 11. So yeah, I don't know. I guess you could just make a little swatch. All right, they also have frames. So I know for the frames, you can, once you select a project or a style of frame, you can then tap on the images and swap them out for your own. And this is really cool because the app pulls from, first of all, that is a very weird picture of a dog. That is so weird. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. These are all really funny. So when you tap on the photo, you can tap change at the bottom of the screen with the 2 arrows, and you can pull from your images on your device. You can also switch it out with a pattern or a solid color or a pattern that you created in one of the other editing features, which I'm not going to get into because it's really more about, that's more for the fabric printing side, I would say. So for images, I know I gave the app, I give it specific permission for certain images. So let's just select some of my project from yesterday. Now these are the only images that'll show up in the app, but you can allow the app to pull from all of your images on your device, and then they'll all populate here and you can select whichever one you'd like and it swaps it right out for you in the project that you're editing. So that's really easy. Let's keep looking at these here. So then we also have illustration. These are more like graphic designs, so those are really cute. There's lots of interesting ones, but also lots of cute ones. Super cute. Lots of stuff going on here. If you're on here looking for something very specific, then by all means you should use the search bar, because there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of designs at this point. They Brother adds new designs every month, so they're piling up really quick. If you again, if you're looking for something really specific, then just use the search bar, and there's lots of ways to filter your search for the type of design that you want, whether it be for cutting, embroidery, or sublimation printing. So let's try out baby. So I put baby in the search bar. This is what's recommended to me. And another thing to note, that there is a free version of the app and there is a paid version. The paid items, designs, and all that are in the app are marked by that blue crown that you see. So those are all behind the paywall, and you have to have a subscription to use those elements. If you go to right underneath cancel, there's that blue circle with the 3 lines through it. That is going to be your filter tool. So if we go to the filter tool, we can filter by membership type. So this is a really cool feature. I know a lot of apps that I've used that have paid subscriptions and whatnot don't let you filter out the paid items. So I actually really like that they allow you to only search within the free items. That makes it really easy for the people who are not going to subscribe to use this app. So I just deselected the membership, and then I press apply, and there are no results. But that's okay. So let's search for something else. Let's search for heart for Valentine's Day. And so I was curious to see if my filter would remain the same or if I would have to tell it again to weed out all of the subscription items. And it did hold my filter search. So everything here that you're seeing is free. So that's really cool. You get a pattern, and then you get different graphic designs. Totally love these guys here. Super cute. All right, so then they have photos, which I believe, yeah, these are the only 3 I've ever seen in the photo section, so those are pretty limited. And then some templates. So again, these you can select, and then you can edit different elements in here, like the text. You can just select it, hit edit, and then you can select a different font if you'd like. You press the keyboard key and you can type in a totally new message. And it changes it right there for you. You can zoom in on this, take a look. This is a pretty cool design, actually. I like it. Looks like a sticker. You can also just delete that text if you just want the bear. Once you're done with it, you have the option to save. The free version allows you to save 20 different designs or projects, and the paid subscription allows you to save up to 100. I'm not going to save this. So it previews it for it. One really cool thing that I like about the printing when you're printing from the sublimation side of the app, it automatically mirrors the image for you. So when you're sublimating, it's all done with heat pressing. So you have to print out your image. This is another one of the graphics that's on the app. And then it flips it for you so that when you lay it down on your shirt, like so, it comes out the right way when you press it on to your shirt or the item that you're sublimating. So that is within the print settings. You see how mirror print is toggled to on. That is the standard. It is going to be toggled to on unless you toggle it off for some reason. So I thought that was very helpful. Other thing I thought was helpful is there's a tiny little link underneath print that says heat guide. And one of my big questions when I got this printer is I'm a rule follower. So I want to know, what are the rules? What are the materials that I can and can't print on? Give me a list of rules and I'll follow them. So that was kind of a question mark that I had when I opened this up and when I started thinking about projects I wanted to try. So it was nice to see that there is a link to a few guidelines. It's not very extensive, but there are definitely a few solid guidelines on the Brother website for heating guide. So you could see here it's divided by material type. So polyester fabric, I know as a general rule, you want your substrate to be polyester. I've also heard that you can get away with using poly cotton mixed, for tees and stuff. And I've heard that you need at least 60% polyester, but as long as you have 60% polyester, the other 40% can be cotton, and that's okay. They don't really say, not that I found at least, they don't say anything about that on the Brother site or in the information for the printer. So that's something I kind of have to research on my own and something I'll probably just test out and see how it goes. So, all right, so they have polyester fabric, hard material, and soft material. So I was poking around in here a little bit. Coaster, phone case, a tile. So they give you, when you click on each of them, they give you kind of a suggestion for the heat and the amount of time that you should press your sublimation onto that item for. So it's a good starting point for sure. Definitely helpful. It's not terribly specific. So again, I think mainly we're kind of in the try it space here. You kind of have to try it, figure it out. So that's, it is what it is. I'm going to look for a design on here that I actually want to print, and then I'll show you guys how it prints to the printer from the Artspira app. This design looks pretty fun. I think it could be cool if I printed it, sublimated it on some fabric, and then turned it into a patch, maybe put on a jacket. So let's try it out. Hit create. Now I'm gonna try to make it a little bit bigger. So if I go to size, it shows me the dimensions. Right now it's about 4 by 6, so that's a pretty nice size for a patch. Let me keep it as is, and let's rotate it 90 degrees, and then I'm going to drag it up to the corner. So I can see right here it's telling me this is a letter page of paper. I don't want to print one page of sublimation paper with one tiny graphic in the corner, so I'm going to add more designs to this and just fill up the page. Alright, I have 3 designs here. I think this fills up my page really well. I'll be able to turn this into 3 different patches. So I am happy with this. I'm going to press done, and I'm going to save it just for the heck of it. And now it gives us a print preview, and you can see that it mirrored that page for me. So I'm going to go ahead and press, and it has under printer, it has my printer selected. So I'm going to press print. And it transferred that data over. Prints pretty quietly. Okay. We're all printed. The colors came out really nice, and the print is very crispy, as I like to say. Super clean lines. So I am excited to try transferring this onto some fabric. Now, the get started instructions did warn me and anyone who has the printer to let the ink dry before touching it because you could smudge it. So I'm just going to place this to the side for now and let it dry. Alright, so now we got that sorted out. That is the basic in and out of the Artspira app. Hope that was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to leave a comment with your question, and I'd be happy to answer it. I have a lot of experience playing with the Artspira app, so I'm your gal for Artspira questions. So let's try out printing from our computer. So I'm starting off in my Mac settings, and I'm going to go to printers and scanners, and I'm going to add this as a printer to my Mac first. And it should be pretty easy. Yep, it is right there because they're both connected to the same wireless network. That's really all you need to do to get those talking to each other. So I have this photo in Photoshop right now. I might need to restart Photoshop to get it to recognize the printer, but let's try it out anyway. The printer is there, so that's looking great. And I'm just gonna try to get this to fit on. Let's see what my print settings box looks like. All right, so I have my printer selected, default settings is selected. I'm able to print in black and white if I want. And then the paper size is standard, 8.5 by 11. And then you have the two other options, so the A4 and the legal. And then the quality is normal. Doesn't look like I have any other options there. I have a layout. So that all looks pretty standard. Not much to play around with in the print settings. So here I'm just going to scale it to fit, so that should print 8.5 by 11. And let's send it over to the printer. This is a photo I took on my iPhone and has a lot of really beautiful colors in it, so I'm eager to see how the printer handles those colors. I do think it came out a little bit dull. This is the photo that I took. It has a lot of pink in it that I'm just not really getting in the printed version. It's just not looking that pink, so that's a little bit disappointing. Otherwise, it was very simple to connect my computer to the printer, super straightforward, and then obviously you saw I had no issues doing it and sending a print straight over. So that is a wrap on this video. We went over how to print from the Artspira app, how to edit, how to use their free designs that are in the app, and also how to print anything that you'd like from your own computer that you want to sublimate. In my next video, I plan on actually sublimating these onto some fabric, maybe a t-shirt, maybe some wall decor. I have a couple of fun things to play with, so stay tuned for that. Check out my channel for other unboxing videos and tutorials. Thanks!